I was around the age of 16 when it happened. A group of us decided to skip class and go rafting the New River in West Virginia. At that age, it was an adventure. Everybody knew somebody slightly older who was a guide on the New River in the summers for a side job. So we got with one of those local guides, and he wasn't much older than us. And he took us down the river. Back then, we didn't even wear helmets. I don't think we had helmets that day. I don't remember any helmets. I wasn't afraid, at least not yet. It wasn't my first time on the New River. We're going down, everything's fine, and then we hit the rapid. It wasn't a horrible rapid, with lots of rocks or anything. It was actually one of the better ones called Surprise. It's just a big hole with a big wave, and it flipped us over. 1 second we were above the water, paddling, rafting, laughing, having a great time. And then the next second, I was under the water. I watched everyone fly out around me. At first, as we were going over and I was watching everybody fly in different directions, I thought, no big deal. We'll pop right back up and get back in. But as I flipped over and was kind of dangling through the rapid upside down, I realized my foot was trapped in the stirrup of the raft. I had shoved it in so far that as we flipped, I guess trying to brace myself, I shoved it all the way through and it was around my ankle. And I had on big, clunky, waterlogged tennis shoes. And it was just stuck in there and I couldn't get it out right away. So I became a little bit panicked and disoriented at that moment. And I pulled and twisted and yanked. And, the more I did that, the more I panicked. I don't know why I didn't think more clear of just trying to, unlace my shoe and take it off. These were high top tennis shoes in the 80s, early 80s. And so it was laced all the way up my ankle. It wasn't just slip on, slip off ability. But yeah, I was actually okay, mentally, until I wasn't. Suddenly I started to notice that I couldn't hold my breath anymore. So I had pretty much ran out of what I could do holding my breath underwater. And that's when I got actually afraid. I just remember thinking, oh no, you've done it now. This is it. And a strange thing happens whenever panic takes over like that. Time starts to change and it moves slower and stranger, like you feel like you're in a... It really does make a few seconds feel like forever. I don't know how long I was actually under there. I don't think it was that long, but it just felt like forever. And this is where it gets weird to me. Something happened that I've never fully been able to explain. As I'm panicked and wondering what to do and wondering, my chest is hurting, like I was afraid to let the air out. I was afraid to, I just couldn't hold my breath anymore. Suddenly, from far away in the river, which is weird, okay? But it looked like far away, I seen this white coming at me. And as it got closer and closer, it was a woman. She zoomed up like an angel or something. I don't know. I wouldn't say angel, like a spirit. Because she just had like white flowing to her. I'll say a white gown because I don't know what it was. Like white flowing. But all I could really see was her face. So it was like a zoom from far away, a white spot, zoomed up. And as it got closer, it was a face. But it wasn't a scary face. It was my Aunt Sandy. Who had passed away when I was a little girl. She used to hold me and dance with me in her house. And when I seen her, I just remember feeling huge relief. And I thought, oh, thank goodness. And it didn't make sense to me yet that she wasn't alive. Or, you know, none of it made sense, to be honest. But she was there, and she said to me telepathically, she never touched me or anything. She just zoomed up, and it all happened real fast. And she said, let go of your air, let the air out, and you're going to be fine. And she said it more than once. And I finally was like, okay. But I was terrified. I was terrified. If I let my only air out that I had, what was I going to do then? I was just terrified about that. But I finally just agreed. It was like I trusted her, and I let the air out. As soon as I listened to her and I let my air out, it was like I blacked out or went to sleep or something, because all I remember then is just like blip of peace, and then the boy grabbing my jacket from the raft, because they had already flipped the raft back over, gathered up all the people. I was the last one, and he said he seen me pop up, and he grabbed the back of my life jacket and he put me in the boat. He said, you look so white, pale, like you've seen a ghost. I'll never forget that. I was thinking in my head, I think I did. I just remember I was cold and shaky, and I didn't want to go any further. So they took me over to a big rock, and the sun was hitting it, and I was able to sit there and warm up and gather myself. And he was like, man, I don't know what happened, but that scared me for a second. He was like, I didn't know where you were. And I was like, yeah. I told him about my shoe getting stuck under there, so it took me a little while to figure it out. But everything else I just kept to myself for a long time. I still question what happened to this day. Was it a brain trying to comfort itself in a traumatic moment? Was it a hallucination? Was it really my aunt helping me out? I don't know. I don't have any answers about that, and I guess I never will. It's one of those things you experience it, and it makes you see the world very differently. Because you want to believe your own eyes and your own experience, but you really just don't know. That's not the last of my experiences. What I do know is that experience in the river as a teenager that day taught me a little bit of a lesson. That yes, sometimes we do have to fight harder to survive, but also the opposite can be true. Sometimes we have to calm down and not fight and hold the panic off long enough to be able to see clearly to fix things and make things better. But honestly, survival sometimes comes from letting go of panic long enough to be able to think clearly about a situation. And that's helped me the rest of my life. Thanks for listening to my Before I Forget series. Stories about things that I've experienced in real life. See you soon.